Hello and welcome, ladies. It is Hayley Latham here, and I'm super pumped to be sharing this 3-day event with you. Reclaim your body love. Oh my God, this has been so exciting. This is a 3-day healing experience that we're going to be doing together. And yeah, I'm just super pumped to share this with you. So, this is for women who feel disconnected from their bodies, um, women who are struggling with self-worth or body shame or self-trust or self-belief, all of those things. Um, because I was one of those women. And I went through, a big journey. And I'm here to, share everything that I learned throughout that experience. So what you'll experience here is emotional healing and self-acceptance at the highest level. You'll experience mind-body connection and nervous system healing and practical tools to step into confidence and self-love. Now, as I said, my name is Hayley Latham. I'm a trauma healing expert and creator of the Embodied Woman. I help women heal the emotional wounds of body shame, self-doubt, and identity loss, especially after life-changing experiences like a hysterectomy or menopause or trauma. My mission is to guide women back home to themselves, to a place of confidence, self-love, and deep connection with their bodies. Sorry, this is my whuppy dog. She's walking around with her nails hitting the floor. Um, so, you know, my philosophy is you don't have to fix yourself. You just have to remember who you are. And that's exactly what we're here to do today. So, that being said, I thought I'd share a little bit about my story so that you can get a bit of a background as to why I do what I do. Um, because a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, I had to have a full hysterectomy. And I never thought it would happen to me. That was my first thought the day I was diagnosed with cancer. I had womb cancer or endometrial cancer. So the moment the doctor said you'll need a full hysterectomy, well, I completely shut down. I left my body. I couldn't process what was happening. My uterus was my home of creativity, the space that I carried my children, the part of me that made me feel like a woman, and it was being taken away from me. Just like that, my world was changing. And these are moments that no one talks about, the moments that are just like gut wrenching. And I wish I could say that I handled it with grace, but the truth is, I was terrified. The waiting, the surgery, all the emotions that no one prepared me for. And after the operation, nothing, crickets. No real guidance, no emotional support, no roadmap for what happens when you wake up in a body that no longer feels like yours. And then the menopause hit, the night sweats, the hot flushes, the exhaustion, and the deep soul wrenching grief that I was feeling. I felt like I'd been violated by my own body, and I didn't realize that at the time, but the emotions flooding me weren't just about my hysterectomy. There was old wounds, old unhealed trauma that was resurfacing to be seen. And in that moment, I had a choice. I could let this define me or I could let it refine me. So the healing really began when I stopped fighting myself. I knew enough about trauma as a trauma therapist to understand that if I didn't process this pain that I was experiencing, it would stay with me. So I leaned into it. I let myself grieve. I healed the wounds of my past and I reconnected with my body in a way that I'd never had before, which was just so incredibly powerful. I slowly started to see the gifts. My body wasn't my enemy, it was guiding me back to myself. And my creativity wasn't gone, it was being reborn in a new way. And my femininity wasn't lost either. It was evolving into something more powerful than I had ever known. I realized something through this journey. Women are not given the tools to heal after a hysterectomy. We're not given the tools to process things as we change, whether it be through whatever has come our way. We're sent home with no support, expected to just move on, when the reality is this is a rebirth. Hysterectomy isn't just a surgery, it's an emotional transformation. And menopause isn't the end, it's actually an awakening. Your body isn't broken, it's waiting for you to love it again. And that's why I created the Embodied Woman Radiant Body Reset, because you don't you don't have to do this alone. So tonight is really, really excited, because if you're ready to reclaim your body and confidence, you are in the right place. Because if you've ever felt disconnected from your body, if you've ever struggled with self-love after surgery, menopause, or other body changes, or if you're ready to heal, trust, and fully step into your power again, this is your time. Now, I invite you to join me for this powerful 3-day event, The Embodied Woman, Reclaim Your Body Love. And it's going to be exciting because there's 2 full scholarships to my 8-week program coming up if you stay on for the 3 nights. So that's pretty exciting, I reckon, to just have that opportunity. Now, let me just get my notes up for tonight so that we can begin. And if you have any questions along the way, just click the raise your hand button, and that way I'll be able to see you and I'll be able to come up and answer any questions you have around what we're talking about. So like I mentioned, I'm a trauma healing expert and creator of the Embodied Woman, and I help women heal the emotional wounds of body shame, self-doubt, and identity loss. And without a doubt, my dog barks every time I get online to do a speaking gig, and that's okay. Now, it's, and these things that we work through, especially after life-changing experiences like a hysterectomy or menopause or trauma. So my mission is to guide women back to themselves, back home, to a place of confidence and self-love and deep connection with their bodies, because you don't have to fix yourself. You just have to remember who you are. So tonight, we're going to be talking about the truth about body shame and healing the disconnect, the feminine disconnect that many of us feel. So if you can just give me 2 seconds, I'm going to close this door. 2 seconds. Oh, my husband's going to do it. Gosh, could have done that before. Anyway, every time I get online, my dog barks. All right, so first of all, to get started, we're going to do a beautiful little practice. So this is just a nice little meditation to ground us into the space and get us to, just feeling more comfortable in our bodies in this moment. So before we begin, I want to invite you just to take a moment to arrive fully in this space, into your body and into the present moment. Wherever you are, just gently close your eyes if that feels safe for you, or you can soften your gaze and just bring your awareness inward. That's it. And take a deep inhale in through your nose. Let your belly expand, hold it, and then slowly exhale through your mouth, releasing any tension you may be holding. That's it. And again, inhale deeply, breathing in clarity, presence, and calm. And hold that for a moment. And then exhale slowly, releasing any stress, any tension, any distraction. And again, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, holding it and releasing. And as you continue breathing, I want you to gently bring your awareness to your body. Feel your feet grounding into the earth. Imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet, anchoring you in a state of stability and safety. And bring your awareness to your heart. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest with each breath. Placing your hand on your heart. And now scanning your body with love. Noticing any areas that feel tight, heavy, tense. And with each exhale, allow yourself to soften and surrender. And to just trust this moment. And as you're breathing, I want you to ask yourself, what do I need from this space today? What am I ready to release? What am I ready to receive? And just allow whatever comes up for you and be okay with that. There's no right or wrong answer, just an invitation to listen to your body's wisdom. What do I need from this space today? What am I ready to release? What am I ready to receive? You might want to note it down in your journal. And now I want you to take one more deep inhale, feeling your lungs, feeling your heart, filling your body with light. And as you exhale, feel yourself fully here, fully present, and fully open to this journey. And gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes with a sense of calm and connection within you. Welcome back. All right, now we're present. Now we can get started. All right, so over the next 3 days, we're not just learning, we're healing. And by the end of this, you will have a deeper connection to your body. You will have tools for self-love and a new way of seeing yourself. Now, let's talk about understanding body shame and disconnection. There's a silent battle women face with their bodies, regardless of where you're at in your journey. And I ask, how many of you have ever looked in the mirror and felt disconnected? Or perhaps you've thought, if only I could change this, then I'd be happy. Why do we have this disconnection? Why do we have this struggle with our bodies? Well, childhood conditioning has a lot to do with it. Media, generational beliefs, you know, they can shape our self-image. And when you think about it, you know, it's not just what we're taught, it's also what's being modeled to us. And, a lot of us had mums that were struggling with their own self worth, with their own body struggles, shame, and all of those emotions because they were dealing with their childhood conditioning, with the media that they had been subjected to, and the generational beliefs. And so it goes on and on and on. It's a cycle. And that's why we're here tonight to start to break this cycle. Because children don't learn what they're told or taught, they learn from the modeling of the adults around them. This isn't to say anybody is at fault. You know, we're doing the best that we can with the resources we have at the time. However, when we have opportunities like this to do the very deep healing that is available to us, that's when we need to take responsibility. You know, we have been taught to shrink, to be smaller, to see our bodies as a problem that needs to be fixed. And the impact of unresolved trauma and emotions on the body is phenomenal. I mean, how stored trauma and emotions manifest in the body as shame, self-sabotage, and disconnection is real. And I see it every day in my sessions with my clients. You know, part of my journey with having a hysterectomy and being diagnosed with uterine cancer was a lot to do with my unresolved trauma. And as soon as I got the diagnosis, I had images of my trauma coming up. And so it was very important for me to process that trauma in a way that could release the emotions out of my body so that my body could heal. And the interesting part was that after I did that, I knew the cancer had released from my body within a week after I was diagnosed. But I still had to go on with the surgery because, you know, that's what was the done thing. You know, many people said to me, but yeah, what if you don't know it's gone? And there was also a big part of me thinking that as well because I guess, you know, throughout the generations, we've also lost touch a lot with our intuitions. And so I had the surgery and everything removed. And when I got the call from the surgeon 3 weeks after to tell me the results of the, you know, pathology, the cancer had gone. The cancer had regressed, and I was given a fine bill of health and, you know, sent on my way. No need for chemo or radiation or anything. So this is a true testament to how we store trauma and emotions in our bodies, and they can often bring up shame and self-sabotage and disconnection. So we're going to do a little exercise tonight, which is going to start to open up these, you know, old stories and and beliefs that have been circulating in your bodies, in your minds, so that we can really bring it out to the surface. Because if we don't know what we're working with, then if we don't know what we don't know, we don't know it. But once we do know it, that's when we can start to work through it and we can start to release what no longer serves us. So, we're going to be identifying some hidden beliefs that you have about your body. So, this is a time to get out your journals, your pens, and really knuckle in and allow yourself to just free write, just let the pen flow on the pages of what comes up for you. And I'm going to go through some prompts so that you can start to process those answers on the pages. All right. So the first question is, what messages did you receive about your body growing? What messages did you receive about your body growing? And just allow whatever comes through, write it down. What messages did you receive about your body growing up? It could have been messages of seeing your mum act a certain way, which was telling you a certain way to act around your body. When I was growing up, my mum had acne, adult acne, and she would literally like pick at her face all the time in front of the mirror and would be in tears, crying, and really putting herself down. And I can just remember feeling so sad for her. I didn't understand it. I couldn't make it go away. I used to tell her to stop. What was that sending me in a message about my body? And if your body could speak to you, what would it say to you right now? What would it say to you? Would it say to you that it wants you to acknowledge it? Would it say that it wants you to listen to it? Or would it say something else? What needs to be resolved when it comes to your relationship with your body? What are you ready to let go of? What would that mean for you to let go of that? What would be different? What do you think has or is stopping you from being in the frequency of loving your body with complete self belief? How have you been punishing or shaming or blaming yourself? What self sabotaging patterns have you noticed? What ways have you been punishing yourself? How have you been shaming yourself? What do you think has or is stopping you from being in the frequency of body love? What does your body need from you? What does your body want you to know? How would you like to feel? And the big, how will you know when this problem has totally disappeared? I want you to write down 5 things that you will now be doing. You will be that will prove to you that you feel better. These are the tangibles. These are the parts that, these are the things that you can measure, that you can go back to after we do these processes and notice what's changed. Write down the 5 things. I'm going to give you a few moments to do that. Yeah. I'm going to ask you one more question. What if my body has never been the problem? And this is a time when I would normally invite some sharing, but we don't have, um, but I'm going to give you time to maybe stop the video, maybe reflect on this question, maybe reflect on all of the questions. And if you missed any, go back, re listen, and really, really pour it out. Pour it out onto the pages of what this really means to you, because this is the start of something. This is the big start of change, right? We've got to know where we're at to be able to know where we're going. We've got to know what we don't want to be able to see what we do want. And by really going deep and really asking ourselves the questions that maybe we're just have been too afraid to ask before, now's the time. So I want you to, if you're watching the replay, pause the video, spend some time on these questions, and really allow yourself to go deep and journal on those so that you can be fully aware of what it is that has been holding you back. Now, we're going to close with a beautiful guided meditation, visualization, which is bringing in the new, right? It's bringing in the new reality. So I want you to sit back now, hands down. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling your belly expand, and exhale through your mouth. Just letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, breathing in peace and self-love and acceptance. And now exhaling and releasing any self-doubt, fear, or judgment. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Allow yourself to fully relax into this moment. We're going to do an exercise of imagining your new reality. So I want you to imagine it's tomorrow morning and you're just waking up. And as you open your eyes, something feels different. There's no criticism. There's no self-judgment. There's no heaviness. Just a quiet, deep sense of peace. And as you stretch and move your body, you feel an overwhelming sense of love for yourself, exactly as you are. Notice the way your body feels, strong, whole, radiant. See what you're seeing. Maybe the sunlight's gently pouring into the room. Maybe the softness of your blankets and the warmth of the space. Feel what you're feeling. Perhaps ease and comfort, gratitude for this body that's carried you through so much. Hear what you're hearing. Maybe it's the quiet hum of the morning, your own steady breath, or the whisper of your soul reminding you, I am enough, I am worthy, I am whole. Mm. And it feels so good. Now imagine yourself standing in front of your mirror. And you're looking at yourself with the kindest, most loving eyes. No harsh thought, no picking yourself apart, just love, appreciation, deep reverence for the woman staring back. And you smile at her. You place a hand on your heart and you whisper, thank you. Thank you for carrying me, for protecting me, for being mine. Take a moment to really feel this because this is your truth. This is your natural state. This is who you are beneath the conditioning, beneath the doubts, and beneath the old stories. And the best part, you can choose to feel this way, not just in this moment, but every day moving forward. Now take in a deep breath. And as you exhale, allow this feeling of self-love and acceptance to settle deep within you, knowing that you are walking out of this space differently than you came in. And when you're ready, gently wiggling your fingers and toes, bringing awareness back to your body. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Take a moment to sit with this feeling, to integrate it, to own it, because this is who you truly are. That's wonderful. Now, your homework for today is to do some body awareness journaling. So we've already started to bring up the awareness of what our thoughts and beliefs are about our bodies. We're going to, if I'd like for you to go into that a bit deeper over tonight or in the morning or over the day tomorrow, because awareness is the first step to healing. I remember when I came out of my first marriage and I went into quite a deep depression. And it wasn't a good marriage. It was actually a really awful one. He wasn't a very nice guy. And I found myself, safe for the first time in a long time. But I went into a deep depression. And that was my trauma. That was my body's way of going, I can't, or my mind's way of going, I can't handle this. I can't go looking at this of what I've been through right now. And so I went down the doctor path, got the antidepressants and all that sort of thing, and it didn't work for me. But the one thing that did work was acceptance. And that's what needed to happen. That was the first thing that I needed was the acceptance, the awareness of where I was and what I'd been through and accepting that. And that is that's where the doors open to us healing, is having an awareness about what's going on and acceptance of what's happened. And then we can start to heal. So that's what we've really unpacked tonight, and what I invite you to unpack over the next 24 hours until we meet tomorrow night, where we're going to actually start to release these emotions. We're going to start releasing the shame and the disconnection, the self sabotage through a beautiful process. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you tomorrow night. We needed to unpack it first. So tomorrow night, we're releasing body shame and beginning to rewire self love. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. If you have any questions, pop them in my DMs or jump in the chats that we have created, and pop your questions in there. And I really, really look forward to hearing your stories tomorrow night.